In the handpan world there are many tonal scales. In this video we will help you to understand something more. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Raffaello and Filippo from Corso and together we help people to learn how to play this magnificent instrument. To make it easier for you to understand the scale, we will divide them in three types: the major scale, the minor scale and the Oriental scale. In the world of scale on the handpan, there are many names. Each scale with a series of precise notes can have different names. Sometimes makers give to the same note layout different names, and this can create confusion. Let's start with the major scale. The major scale are scales that convey a feeling of joy and happiness. We can hear one here. As you can hear, it's a scale that gives this feeling of lightness. While playing, it fits very much to a more melodic way of playing, as you may have heard. However, it does not exclude a more percussive playstyle. The names of the most famous major scale are, for example, the Oxalist, Sabai, Paradise and many others. These are somewhat less common scales, since they are much more complicated if compared to a minor scale. From a compositional standpoint, therefore, they are a little more difficult. At least, that's what we have been able to experience. To find a composition that is not always musically repetitive and so monotonous. Minor scales are more introspective, more meditative and a little bit sadder scales, and are scales that can really help us to compose. They are very versatile and they also fit the percussive part we hear in the video.
Sentiamo nel video.
Some of the names of the minor scales are Card, Anazisca, Celtic or Amara, La Sirena, Pygmy, and there are many others. A third category which, however, does not exclude the previous two, is that of the so-called Oriental scale. We can find these scales with the Japanese sound, or maybe Chinese, maybe Indian, or Oriental, Arabic, and so on. These scales do not exclude the fact that they can be major or minor. In fact, we can find major or minor Arab scales and major or minor Indian scales and so on. These scales are a little more complicated to interpret. Sometimes they also tend to become redundant since they always have the same cadence. It's like we eat every day something topped with curry. At first maybe we really like it, but in the long term we also want to change. The most famous scales of this type, for example, are Hijaz or Saladin, in all its variant, Ragadesh, Yushandiao, Jibuk, and so on. In recent times, makers have started adding more notes on the top and bottom shell. This creates the chance to build a musically vast instrument, for instance by adding two or more notes on the bottom shell, to create a major trend in a minor scale instrument. So to have two scales, major and minor, on the same pen. Various scales can be done in different tones. Each specific scale can adapt in a better way to certain tones and less in the others. Some fits a higher tonality and other fits a medium or low tonality. Here, for example, we have two instruments with a minor Celtic scale, also known as Amara. With the ding in C, so it has a Celtic C scale, while the other instrument has the ding in D, so again a Celtic scale in D. As you hear, there's a difference of a tone between one note and the other. Consequently, all the notes will also change by one tone on the instrument. The scale remains the same, but there is one difference in tonality. Up to some year ago, mainly the scale wandered from C to G of the third octave of the piano roll. Now, many makers started crafting much lower scale that go down to F or E of the second octave of the piano roll, so 4 or 5 tones under this C. At this point, we want to give you some advice on how to choose the scale, especially if you are approaching now to the world of handpan and you want to buy your first instrument. Those who already plays already have clearer ideas about what they are looking for and what are the tones, or in any case the sonority, that they would like to have. If you have just started, the most important thing is having a handpan that is versatile, that does not get you tired quickly and let you find opportunity to compose. The scales that we have seen to be the simplest to play are, among the minor scale, the Celtic scale or the chord, while among the major scale, the most suitable to start with may be the sabai. Obviously, if you decide to choose a major scale, you must also appreciate that expansiveness, the joy that the scale makes you feel. Same thing goes for the minor scale, though a little less evident. Celtic scale is more versatile because it has a balanced harmony between the notes. Neutral as a handpan because you can play any style and never get tired. If you already have two handpan and play two instruments together, the study of the scale gives us the possibility of extrapolating more scale. For example, from a minor scale and a major scale, you can bring out a third one by using just some notes on both instruments. Maybe I won't have all 9 notes, maybe just 6, 7, anyway a good part of them. This will give us the possibility to create different patterns and playing precisely on the notes, to create a more precise melody that can be major or minor, and it can widen our knowledge of music. Get to this point, we greet you, and we wish you to find a scale that matches your playstyle. If you want to deepen this topic, you can find it on our blog or on our website. Find the link here in the description. Also, on our site, you can also find various information for our courses that we hold in various cities in Italy. Moreover, you will find all our video courses divided into 4 levels plus a masterclass, now completely translated in English, and a free trial pack containing free lessons taken from our courses. Good music and bye bye!